Good ending.
The next level of language proficiency is the native level, also known as the you lucky why did you get to grow up with the language but I have to spend all this time learning it level. Assalamu alaikum и добро пожаловать на мой канал. My legal birth name is Language Simp and I am a hyper polyglot gigachad alpha male who is very attractive to every woman and man on the planet. Have you ever wondered what level you have in the language that you've been studying? Do you stress yourself out by some days thinking that you suck and are a monolingual beta, while other times you think that you're a fluent gigachad? Well, you're in luck, because today I'll be explaining the various levels of language proficiency so that you can know once and for all what your true competence is. I'll be discussing the levels of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, often abbreviated as KEFR, which is a scale that you're likely already aware of. It was created by the Council of Europe, which is an organization founded in World War II to uphold human rights across Europe. I have no idea what language proficiency levels have to do with human rights, but I'm an American, so I don't know anything. So without further ado, let's begin. The first level of language proficiency is A1, also known as the beginner level. A person who is A1 in a language just started learning that language, or they may have been using Anki for several years. They have a shallow vocabulary mainly consisting of greetings, as well as the most grotesque, blasphemous swear words available in the language. This is due to something I call the suka blyat phenomenon, which describes the common behavior of language learners memorizing offensive curse words before they can even properly introduce themselves. For example, Russian learners typically learn how to say suka blyat long before they learn how to say меня зовут. A1 is also the level where you can impress monolingual Americans who don't even know the difference between hola and scheisse. In summary, someone who is A1 in a language sucks ass at it. The second level of language proficiency is A2, also known as the upper beginner or polyglot level. A person who is A2 in a language is capable of introducing themselves and having a short and rehearsed surface level conversation with a native, if the native talks to them as if they would talk to a baby. An A2 level learner has a very small vocabulary and they make horrific basic mistakes. Surprisingly, this is the level where you can start shocking native speakers, depending on which language you're learning. For example, if you speak A2 French to a Frenchie in Paris, he's gonna spit on you, beat the shit out of you with a baguette, steal your wife, key your car, sue you, defecate on your desk, and so on and so forth. But if you speak A2 Chinese to a dude in Chinatown, he will do cartwheels, backflips, and Fortnite emotes before asking you to marry his husband. A2 is typically the highest level that an internet polyglot will ever achieve in a given language. If you're A2, you can officially say that you speak the language, because life is short. YOLO swag. The next level of language proficiency is B1, also known as the holy shit, I'm kinda speaking a foreign language level. B1 is the level where learners typically start to develop an inflated, toxic ego where they feel like they're better than everyone who doesn't speak the language. And they are in fact better than the monolingual, but the truth is that they still kinda suck and make a crap ton of mistakes, just like a YouTube polyglot. A B1 speaker isn't typically capable of speaking about a wide variety of subjects, so their vocab is often limited to what interests them. For example, when I was B1 in French, I was having sophisticated debates about French politics, but I had no idea how to order a glass of water. I was able to convince every Frenchie that the USA single-handedly won World War II, but I would have died of dehydration if I got too thirsty during the debate. At this stage, you may begin catching yourself thinking in your target language.
Thinking dark thoughts, extremely dark thoughts in your target language that make your skin crawl and keep you up at night.
The next level of language proficiency is B2, also known as the holy cow, I'm finally not a detriment to society level. At this stage, you have a high chance of success if you decide to illegally immigrate to the country where your target language is spoken. The feds will most likely not be able to clock you as a foreigner from your language skills alone, as long as you keep your sentences short and sweet. At B2, there is a 10% chance that a French person will respect you, which is a huge increase from 0 at the previous levels. You can also order McDonald's with near native accuracy, only potentially mixing up the name of a sauce or some Lil Pequeño bullshit like that. I am very liberal when it comes to the definition of fluency. Heck, I'd even say that I'm a full-blown language communist, so I'd say that B2 is where you can start saying that you speak a language fluently. You definitely still make mistakes, but they aren't cringe mistakes like «Yo estoy un hombre» or «Я говорят за русскими языками». If you've reached the B2 level, congratulations, you no longer suck at the language. You're fluent in the language, and if you're from the United States, you're an American hero. The next level of language proficiency is C1, which stands for Chad Uno. At this level, you speak really super duper well, and this is really the stage you want to quit and start learning a new language at. You're sometimes mistaken for a native, but you're not so far gone that you've learned a bunch of nerdy shit like perfect subjunctive conjugations or upside down reverse dental somersault fricatives. C1 is the sweet spot where you're not obsessing over the cringe details like a C2 speaker, but you're still communicating like a Chad. Your vocab is richer than Elon Musk, and when you make a grammar mistake, people just assume you're being lazy, not that you're incompetent. A C1 speaker gets +5 charisma, +3 alpha male points, and +50 social credit if their spawn point happens to be in China.
Alright.